to Let's Play Gran Turismo 2, episode 44. Alrighty then. Now that we have officially completed 3 out of 4 pages on the special events section, it is now time for us to move on to the 4th page. And so for that, I am going to switch over to my Mugen Integra, if I can find it. Here it is, for our next event. So, I have got the car I need for the next event, which is the tuned NA car No.1 Cup. So, I'm gonna head up over to Honda. I did not want to go over there, don't mind me. And I am going to do some tuning on this thing. So, gonna put on the racing muffler. Don't think this car will have too many problems with the brakes, so don't think I'm going to put that on. And also going to do some engine tuning as well, because I have a feeling that probably will be necessary for this cup. And I'm not going to put on stage 1, but I am going to put on stage 2. And well, just for the hell of it, no, not that one, I will put on the port grinding, just to give myself a reasonable amount of horsepower. Obviously not the most, but a reasonable amount of horsepower. And my advantage is going to be the grippy boys. So, I'm going to put on the racing softs, because I may need those. And, should I put on weight reduction? Still, I do want to check something. Does this thing have a racing mod? It does not. Damn. And, well... actually no, I don't think this thing needs any weight reduction. Unless I'm going up against a Peugeot 306 rally car. Even though, because this is the PAL version, obviously, I don't think that bug will officially be a problem. At least, I don't think so anyway, but yeah. So, I have done the tuning I needed to do in my Integra, and I am going to head over to page 4. As we now only have 4 events to go, and then we have officially completed the special events. Tuned NA car No.1 Cup. As we have got 3 races here, as we are going to Autumn Ring, Grindelwald and Laguna Seca. And also, quite surprisingly, that is a massive amount between first and second. 50 grand if I can win each of these races, and only 7 if I finish in second. Unfucking believable. But anyways, let's head over to race number 1. And before I do that, I need my analog sticks. So, this is basically all the tuning I've done for this event, and because this car is an NA, obviously, there is no turbo. And yeah, let's head to race 1 at Autumn Ring, and hope of course we do not face a Peugeot 306 rally car, which oddly enough was proven to be a problem in the NTSC version. And it appears in this race as well. God damn it. Although I am hoping, since I have the creepy boys, that hopefully this will not become too much of a problem. And just as I predicted, I had a feeling that sooner or later I would be facing the 306, which essentially, to me at least, is probably what I can consider to be the cheater. Because obviously, this is mainly for tuned cars, not for rally cars. And of course, many people will easily dub that Peugeot as being the cheater. But anyways, meanwhile, I'm already up into second, and I'm already closing in on the Mugen Civic. Unless that is the Spoon Civic I'm closing up to. And keeping it in third gear through the spiral onto the bridge. Even though I may not have as much power as the AI do, essentially overall I do have the grip, which is basically the only thing that really matters. And I'm getting a push. And I think the Civic is running wide there as he comes back onto the track. I think that's probably the Spoon Civic, if I remember correctly, and it probably is. He is on my inside and... oh bollocks! Yep, he definitely forced me out wide. Bastard. Good shooting, little bastard. But I did manage to fight back, and I'm now up into the lead at Autumn Ring, driving my Mugen Civic Type R with my grippy boys, hoping of course that I will be able to fend off from the Spoon Civic, and I will be able to keep my wits about me. So, through the spiral now, across the bridge. Now moving into starting the third and final lap here at Autumn Ring, and where hopefully, as long as I know the 306 is not in contention, I will be able to officially make this one a clean sweep, and both of the Spoon cars have run wide there. They were just virtually in the gravel trap on the exit of that hairpin. I think both of them were. Meanwhile, we have the 306 right behind them, the cheater. And I was wondering, of course, if that bug was going to be a problem, at least in this version of the game, and ironically enough in this instance, it has proven to be a problem. But oddly enough, because these AI keep making mistakes, that's essentially the main reason why I'm staying out in front at the moment, as I'm heading through the spiral for the third and final time, as I can see a catch fence above the Armco. And I'm assuming the fence is there probably for falling rocks as well, assumingly. Because that is a mountain right behind. But anyways, onto the main straightaway, and it is a W for the Mugen Integra ahead of the Spoon Integra, and they have both run wide again. Also, furthermore, the 306 finished in 4th, and then we had the Mugen Civic Type R, who was last, and the Tom's TO20 was in 5th. And well, as for our friend in the 306, he was last. And a whopping 50 grand for winning this first race. Let's fucking go. Also, let's save the replay. For the tuned NA car No.1 Cup. And hopefully if it's possible we can repeat our success that we've had at Autumn Ring. And also the reason why I saved the replay here is essentially because, well, I don't think I have a shot at Autumn Ring yet, and obviously I've got plenty of shots at both Grindelwald and Laguna Seca, so, you know. Let's head to Grindelwald for race number 2, and hopefully we can more or less repeat the success that we had at Autumn Ring. Because if we don't, then, well, you know, I will be pissed. But we'll wait and see. In my red Mugen Integra Type R. And once again, there is the 306. The cheetah is there. And I was actually smart by shifting up into second, because remarkably that time, with this car at least, I was able to avoid wheel spin, and that is not how I take the corner. But anyways, oh, I'm on the inside of the Spoon Civic, and trying to see if I can move up into 3rd position, but he's not letting me have it. But I'm on the inside this time, and I clip the wall. And keeping myself in 3rd gear, and that was probably a wise move, and oh crap. I think that is another Mugen Integra right there. And well, for me at least, I honestly cannot tell if I either am or not closing in on the leader. But I think I am, and I think I also just over-revved a little there on the tachometer, but still in contention at least. I am fighting hard at the end of lap 1, and the Civic is closing in. And he just basically sails past me before he suddenly steps on the brakes. Meanwhile, I think I may have a problem here. Plus, furthermore, I did also fear the 306 bug for this event was going to come back. Whoa! Excuse me. Nope, go fuck yourself. I'm not letting you have second. I'm trying to go for the win, goddammit. Stay behind me, you scrawny little bastard. And oh my god. I almost went for the dive. I almost had him. And I just hit the bush again. Fuck me. Well, still 1 lap to go, and if I can get the Civic to probably give me a push, then maybe I can catch up to him. But we'll wait and see. Well, guess I'm gonna have to try my tactics with the walls again. They're dependent on knowing if they will actually work or not. Well, obviously depend on the circumstances. But oddly enough, I think whoever is leading this, he's been getting a relatively reasonable push, and oh, okay, here's my shot. Here I go, on the inside. Have I got him? Yes, I do. And I couldn't tell you what car that is because I didn't recognise it. Well, it kind of looks like a Toyota, but at the same time I also think it looks like a Porsche. It also kind of looks like a Porsche, but I really don't know for sure. But anyways, I am up into the lead at Grindelwald on the third and final lap, and there is the 306. So the 306 S16 bug is still a problem in this race, but fortunately for me at least, he is not competing with me for the win, and I win at Grindelwald. Fabulous. 2 races down, 1 to go, as I won that race by under 4.5 seconds. Then it was the Peugeot in third, and oh, okay, it must have been the Prelude that was at the front. The Mazda MX-5 C-Spec was in fourth. Then we had the Mugen Integra Type R in fifth, and then it was the Mugen Prelude who pretty much led most of this race, and eventually fell down to last by 5.5 seconds. Good God. For someone who was basically dominant for virtually the first 2.5 laps, he just suddenly had a very shit finish. But anyways, poverty is being resolved again, as I am now officially 100 grand richer. And well, as for the replay, I've already saved one, so that's not an issue. Now it is time to head to Laguna Seca in my Mugen Integra Type R, hoping of course that I can make this a clean sweep, and also hoping of course the 306 won't be fucking biting me for this final race. And I pretty much got all the tuning I need. I just need to see if I can get the W, pretty much. And if I can do that, then I will be satisfied. And just shifting up into second so I can avoid the front wheel drive wheel spin off the launch, because that does actually help me. And I just hit the back of the MR2. And I've already got past the Civic. Now I'm trying to see if I can overtake the Prelude, and oh, there goes the Peugeot, and I'm on the inside. No, or unless that was the MX-5 that was leading at Grindelwald. Yeah, it probably was, but whatever. That race is said and done for. Now I just need to focus on this fucking race. This fucking shit. And also trying to beat the cheetah that has pretty much played to me throughout this event, but oddly enough he has not been challenging me for the W's, fortunately. As we head through the corkscrew, and a little bit of air there on the left hand side, but still managing to keep the thing under control. Oh, nothing to be concerned about, of course, as I am trying to overtake the MX-5. Oh, I'm on the inside. And there we go, I'm up into the lead. At the end of the first lap at Laguna Seca. And in third, I can see that is the 306. But again, because I have the grippy boys, and I also have the inside line of the Andretti curve, I'm able to put myself into the lead and secure myself for the position, basically. But anyways. And there is the 306, who is right behind the MX-5. As we are on the second lap here at Laguna Seca. Oh, the MX-5 is coming back again. It looks like he's trying to get a run on me through the corkscrew, but doesn't look like he's going to do it this time. He was trying to see if he could go for a move on the outside, but didn't pay off, unfortunately for him. Meanwhile, I am still at the front. As I head through the final corner of this lap. And now to start the third and final lap here at Laguna Seca. And the 306 is still battling for second at the moment. He's still in this thing, the 306 is. I think it's on the inside. He could very well take second place, and indeed he does. And obviously, it is fortunate that essentially for me, he has not pulled off a Nico Rosberg on me. He hasn't won one of the races and then just suddenly retreated for the next race after one win. He's basically been in every single race, but surprisingly that problem has not been biting me as much as I thought it was going to. Because even though that 306 has been in contention for these 3 races, surprisingly, he has not been in as much contention as I thought he was going to be in, because surprisingly, he has not been challenging me for the wins. He's finished in 4th, he's finished in 3rd, and now it looks like here at Laguna Seca he is going to finish in 2nd. Meanwhile for me, it is once again another clean sweep. Let's fucking go! 3 clean sweeps in a row. I think it's 3 clean sweeps. Yeah, it is. Yeah, so 3 clean sweeps in a row. And I have won by just under 1.9 seconds ahead of the Peugeot 306 in 2nd, the rally car. Then it was the MX-5 in 3rd. The Mugen Civic eventually finished in 4th, followed by the Mugen Prelude in 5th. And all the way at the back was the Tom's TO20. 25 fucking seconds behind us. Good God. He must have probably crashed in Portugal or something to get that far back. Well, either that or he must have just constantly been spinning on that final lap. But anyways, it is a clean sweep. In the tuned NA Car No.1 Cup. And now I shall save the game. For what has, surprisingly for me, been once again another clean sweep. And another positive to add of course to my average win ratio climbing back up again. Or at least I think it is. But anyway. Now we can get a look at our prize cars. For what has once again been another remarkable clean sweep. So, the tuned NA Car No.1 Cup is now complete. Next up is the tuned Turbo Car No.1 Cup. So, basically the race of NA Sports is now complete, and I do mean NA. Next up is the tuned Turbo Car No.1 Cup. So, heading over to our home to check out our 3 new prize cars. And so from race 1 we win a Mazda MX-5 Touring Kit C-Spec. And, oh, okay, yeah. I'm fairly certain this was the car that was leading a Grindelwald. I'm fairly certain on that. But, yeah. So there is our first prize car. And our second prize car is the Spoon Civic Type R, even though unfortunately we do not get the Integra to follow onwards from this, as we get another MX-5 C-Spec. Actually, this thing does look better in red, but again, because I already have one of these things, I don't need this one. So yeah, just gonna sell that one because I don't need it. Also because I already have one of these things, but anyway. And also, yay! We are now halfway through the game. Finally. And it's only taken me about pretty much just about 1.5 months to reach the halfway point. And my average win ratio is now back up to pretty much 8.5%. So, next up is the tuned Turbo Car No.1 Cup. And so with that, stay tuned for more GT2.